Okay, good morning, everyone. Today we will review the cultural intelligence. Normally, the IQ test, or some EQ test, something like that. So in the adult education, also a little bit comment related cultural intelligence, because there's many people from other countries. Also, its origin is different. So how do they combine and join or communicate it for special education? This is for adult education, especially cultural intelligence. Cultural intelligence, we say the CQ. Cultural intelligence. It means is every people has their individual cultures. So how do we combine or to join the cultural intelligence? Wait, check it. Okay, so today we will review the cultural intelligence. So at the same time, we are refers to cultural quotient, SIC, cultural intelligence or culture quotient. So as we say, the people wants to know my children has how much the IQ. Nowadays is changed the EQ, the emotional intelligence. So first time to some memorize ability or some quickly dispensing ability, something like that is includes the IQ area. But nowadays it's very stress emphasize the EQ test. So EQ means the capacity to be aware of, control, and express one's emotion. Also to handle in personal relationship juristically and empathically. It means EQ is the key to both personal and professional success. So nowadays we will more express EQ better than IQ. IQ is only memorized ability, but the EQ is interpersonal or some both personal or professional issues. So now, if you want to your children become a very powerful person or most some very successful people, you have to push to him or to concentrate the EQ area. Anyway, we'll come back in here to cultural intelligence is cultural quotient. So it means is the individual capability to function effectively in culturally diverse setting. So there are many different many cultures persons. So how do they make one group and communicate? So this concept was introduced by the Professor Christopher Murray, is the father and this area. Also, the Nanyang is I think this is Chinese. The business school, the 2003 is developed these concepts in the London Business School. So while cultural intelligence is comparable to emotional intelligence, as I said, emotional intelligence is EQ. Also, individual with a high EQ can grasp what makes us human. So EQ makes individual relationship. And at the same time, what makes each of us different from one another? It means is if some people has different EQ, and then This is some make difference between people. In contrast, individuals with a high CQ can discern universal, individual, or non-iconoclastic features within the behavior of the person or groups. It means is high CQ is individual something. So they describe 4 CQ capabilities, how to improve or how to create the CQs. They describe 4 kinds of CQ. So I saw the CQ, the 4 kinds of that. First, drive, knowledge, strategy, action. These circles, they describe the CQ capabilities. So first, CQ drive, the red current. The CQ drive is motivation. As you know, the motivation. So it means is your interest, drive, and motivation to adapt to multicultural environment. This is drive. And next step, move to cognitive. Seven. This is totally meaning that is I would like to introduce each by each. So briefly review the 4 kind of ability of cultural intelligence. Second level is knowledge. Knowledge is cognition. So your understanding about how cultures are similar and different. We have to know the differences or what is similarity. And then next step is strategy. Strategy means metacognition. Later I introduce. Anyway, the strategy part is your ability to plan the multicultural interaction. So I have to make some plan to how to accept, how to way to approach the multicultural interaction. This is strategy, make a plan. And then next step is action. Action is behavior. So your ability to adapt when relating and working interculturally. This is action, behavior. The 4 step is how to we establish the cultural intelligence. Another picture shows that the drive, knowledge, strategy, action. This is cultural intelligence or cultural quotient process there. And the other one is cultural intelligence is metacognitive, cognitive, motivation, behavior. As I said, it's 4 kinds of that. So one by one, I will introduce that. It's same. Another represent for your reference. Motivation, knowledge, strategy, behavior in circle. And creative, the cultural intelligence or cultural quotient. So this is cultural intelligence. Another picture says motivation, metacognitive, cognitive, behavior quality. So the content is motivation is intrinsic interest. Basically knows the interest. Oh, so this is recognition. Oh, I'm very interested. That's it. And extrinsic interest or intrinsic. So outside or inside, instinctively interest, this is motivation. Self-efficiency to adjust. I would like to adjust it. I would like to get it. These things is motivation part. And then metacognitive is make strategy. It means it's planning. How do I get it? How do I approach this thing? Awareness. Oh, I want to know. Oh, I know that. awareness is known, and checking what is different, what is that? Check, please. And then cognitive cultural intelligence part is cultural general knowledge. Oh, Vietnam and China and Korea, but Japanese is a general, what kind of cultural general knowledge is cognitive, accept. Context-specific knowledge of what is different between Vietnam and Korean cultures, or something like that. This is cognitive area. And then they make it the behavior part. It's a verbal behavior, non-verbal behavior, speech acts. So later we will review that. These things is four kind of cultural intelligence area. It's a one by one. We will review that. Four component of cultural quotient. So the cultural intelligence have people live and work successfully across the culture. We are meet across the different races and different people in the world, especially in the United States that consists of the immigration. Later we'll talk about that. So how to we live and work successfully across different cultures. So the recipe for living and working successfully across cultures calls for many ingredients, many factors there. So one of them is the set of the capability under the umbrella of cultural intelligence. There are many kinds of methods, especially big umbrella. It means it's cultural intelligence or cultural quotient, as I said. Regarded as an essential intelligence for just only 21st century. So CQ is a complex and dynamic construct. The CQ or CI is very complex because it's many different cultures there. Also very dynamic. So let me introduce just very famous component, four kind of component of CQ. So they suggest and describes four things. First thing is motivational CQ. Motivational CQ refers to the ability to direct attention and energy towards learning about and functions. So learning. This picture is some motivation part, left upper. Interest, self-efficiency to adjust. It means how to adjust. Adjust means is application or getting or understanding or accept. So motivation, most individuals with a high motivational CQ tend to be drawn to the intercultural experience and have the confidence to manage them successfully. It means if I have some motivation and then I would like to manage them successfully. So intrinsic interest and extrinsic interest and self-efficiency. So this one. Intrinsic interest, extrinsic interest, and self-efficiency to adjust. This is motivation CQ. So first, intrinsic interest means is a satisfaction and value that interactions with others from different cultural backgrounds. So people with a high intrinsic interest tend to gain self-generation or more generated benefit. It means it's inside I generated self-generated benefit. So or he or she, her or his cultural attitude is very good or very powerful or very ambidextrous, and then I self self-generated benefits. So if the people met the cross-cultural experience person, and then the people intrinsic interest means is self-generated benefit. Oh, it means it's simply, I would like to copy for them or something like that. And also extrinsic interest. The extrinsic interest is being motivated by the tangible, viable dependence benefit of cross-cultural experience, including promotion and new opportunities. It means is we cannot touch only viable dependence benefits. At the time, I feel extrinsic interest. So I would like to get some promotion or opportunity. So organizations frequently use these extrinsic rewards as incentives for employees or international assignment. It means many people work from district area. It means it's some factory or some coffee shop or some classroom. They want to frequently using the extrinsic reward. It means is they give some incentive towards, and then every employee gets some intelligence and widely open different cultures. And third, self-efficiency to adjust. It means is competence in the ability to engage, act, and work across cultures. It means is I feel to other cultures, and then, this is very acceptable. This is very good for me. Or I would like to copy for them, copy for cross-culture. And then the adjusting or applicated the self-efficiency. It is the basic concept of the human being. So if I saw this very good thing, and then I copy, and then I adjust it for my benefit. So anyway, the first component of cultural quotient is motivational cultural quotient. So motivated, it means is a direct attention and energy is motivated to use knowledge to cultural difference and behavior appropriate to culture. So even if I met some other cross-cultural people, and then something is to accept, but another thing is I don't accept them or something like that. Okay, second cultural quotient is cognitive culture. So cognitive cultural quotient is knowledge of the cultural universal and differences, not just values, but also economic, legal system, etc. So the cognitive cultural quotient only focus the knowledge. Also knowing oneself, knowing himself, knowing myself, something. And being flexible in the understanding why people function as they do, why they do that, what kind of function to do that, and changing perception on oneself, perception of oneself is accept or change, just like that. So another pictures is cognitive cultures is right below side is culture general knowledge. So context specific knowledge is cognitive CQ is focused on knowledge. So knowledge of cultural universal, very widely often, and also very differences. It is not value, just knowledge. So I like the very much for word is value. So I push this word to my children. Value. So all things, for example, valued, life, valued time, valued your future, something like that. I can use that. It means, valued means added value. Added value things or people, life, time, anything. It means why? Education, information, or the knowledge, everything, the data, and communication, or meet the people, everything, thinking. Everything includes added area. How can I evaluate it or accumulate my values or edit my value? It's education, information, knowledge, communication, and some degree or something. Everything includes the added value. So I like the personally value word. But this part, cognitive, culture, quotient, focus, their knowledge. It's not same, different, exactly different. So value is very widely concept, but the knowledge is a part of the value pattern. So it shows the pictures says also not just values, but also economics, legal systems, and some normally accept processing. This is cognitive cultural quotient. So cognitive CQ describes the wide scope of general knowledge individuals hold about the cultures. So each culture has knowledge individually, and then how to describe the wide scope of cultural knowledge. So two kinds of knowledge will contribute to the success of cross-cultural experience. First thing is cultural general and context-specific knowledge. So two things, cultural general knowledge, that's meaning the declared knowledge about the main elements and make up cultures, for example, value system or political system, historical tradition or philosophical tradition, social and communication norms, insight into local language. These things we are cultural general knowledge. It means it's very common sense. So each culture have a general knowledge. So, for example, we will meet the old person. We give some respect. We have to do respect. I'm saying this thing is cultural general knowledge. The other one is context-specific knowledge. A specific area we have to cognitive. So inside understanding of the norms and the rules of behavior among various demographics, subcultures, with a culture. It means age, or gender, or occupation is specific knowledge. Even if the different cultures, they have some context-specific knowledge. So how do we cognitive the CQ? Two things. One thing is cultural general knowledge. The other one is context-specific knowledge. General knowledge and specific knowledge. Simply you can do it. Okay. And third one is the metacognitive CQ. Metacognitive CQs. This is strategy part, as I said. This is plan part. So making sense of multicultural experience. How people make sense of a new cultural setting. This includes something. For example, the planning before an encounter. So it means is if I want to some cognitive, and then before the time I have to make planning. And the other one is checking assumption during an encounter. We have to check the assumption before encounter. And the other one is revising mental maps when necessary. If we need to metacognitive, we have to revise mental maps. How do I make it so different maps? This is metacognitive things. So this right side upper is metacognitive secure. As I said, it was a planning, awareness, checking. This is 4 components or factors of metamagnetic things, okay? And the last, behavior secure. Oh, sorry, we pass it. Okay. Metacognitive secure. Metacognitive skill refers a personal mental capability to acquire and evaluate cultural knowledge. It means is I can get the awareness. Awareness is feel something. Checking. Oh, this is that. Why they do that? Why they have some different culture or something, and make plan. It's a mental capability to acquire to get, and evaluate people. We compare the thing, cultural things. So individuals with a high metacognitive CQ have a heightened awareness of self. Other situations, monitoring and adjusting their inferences in response to input from intercultural experiences. Metacognitive CQ involves 3 processes activate before. So we can act before the 3 processes. First is planning, awareness, and checking. Planning, awareness, checking. Planning means preparation before cross-cultural encounters. So individuals reflect on their goals and objectives prior to interaction, and also anticipate possible outcomes by considering the cultural perspective of their interlocutors. So it means planning means I change or accept the different cultures, and then I guess anticipate, focus the possible outcomes. If I get it, and then what kind of outcomes? This is planning. And the next process is awareness. Awareness means being conscious in real time of culture's influences, thinking, feeling, and behavior. This awareness. Awareness means it knows them. So how thinking, feeling, and behavior. So these things is how to influence to my different cultures. This is awareness. And next process is checking. The calibration of expectation, assumption, and beliefs that occurs during and after cross-cultural interaction. So checking means is, okay, I agree that, and make planning, and also I finish the awareness, and then checking. Checking means is feedback, see. Last time I talked to you, plan to see. This awareness is included, planning part. C part. Most thing is follow the plan to see. So this checking means C part. C part is feedback, decalculate, creative, awareness, checking. These all factors include this. This software. This thing is for meta-cognitive culture quotient. Planning, awareness, check. These three processes include the metacognitive process. And the last, behavioral signals. Behavioral signals is left below side. It's a verbal behavior, non-verbal behavior, and speech act. These things include the behavioral sequence. Behavioral sequence is the capability to put knowledge into practice and to demonstrate to extensive range of cultural, appropriate, verbal, and non-verbal behaviors. So some cases verbal, make speech. For some cases, it's non-verbal behavior. We don't need that. So this is a body language, we say. Eh? So some English instructor says, in the world, we don't have any unified language because all people have a body language with different cultures. So because it's this area said, behavior sequencing. So behavioral sequence, behaviors that are sanctioned are identified and transferred to learner. As I said, there's a learner is a student, something like that. And also reinforcement and punishment are used to guide behavior change in role plays and simulations. Break out in the old habit and gain a new repertoire or culturally appropriate behaviors. It means is a behavior CQ is the capability to put the knowledge into practice, and also to demonstrate the extensive range of cultural appropriate verbal and non-verbal behavior. So individuals with a high behavioral CQ can appear as more effective and respectful communicators because it's non-verbal, verbal or non-verbal. So that's why very culturally appropriated, more effective, or more respectful communicating. So that's why finally they, thanks to their ability to adjust the context, structure, and style of their communication, is a different style, different structure, different context, but very thanks for their each different ability. There are 36 components in behavior sequence. First, verbal behavior. Verbal behavior is capacity to express oneself linguistically language. This might include tailoring one's tone or voice, or the speed, warmth, formally of speech to appropriate cultural standard. So I have an idea. Every cultures and every country have a standard language, even if it's different language. I say in the United States. The United States, the language, speed, formal, and system, or some how they say there's a warm, speed, formal. speech style. In the United States, as you know, there's a New York here. New York is not standard English. LA is also not standard English in Korea, in the United States. So, in the United States, in the middle of the South area, especially some Arkansas or something is very slow English and a very different English type. So mostly country, especially Korean case, Korean is north and south here. So Seoul in here. So Korean words, what is standard? Seoul is specified area and middle range. And middle speed. No local language. This is standard. But in the United States, very wide open, not language, not in the West area, not include the West area, East area, because exactly not compare that, but mostly compare West area is a little bit slow temp English speed, but it's East to North area, New York, New Jersey is very crowded and very speed. So the New Yorker is very quickly, very speedy English. So a little bit compared. South, middle of South area, very slow English style. North is a little bit different style. So every country has different style. So I know this in the Vietnam is very long name country. Same. Chile, same. So this is Korea is also a peninsula style. So this north part and south part is different language style, as you know. But this China is very wide open. That is different cultures, each race. But Chile is same thing. So this is we are acceptable cross-cultural. So that's why the verbal behavior or party is also same thing. The communication and implicated linguistic rules is different. So it's a verbal behavior. And non-verbal and non-verbal behavior. Non-verbal behavior is ability to express oneself through culturally appropriate non-verbal means gesture, for example, gesture, and facial expression, or something like that. And it's as well as read others' body language. I say this body language. Ask me, I don't know. So also to I don't know that. This is non-verbal gesture. So face expression. Very angry. So now we are very popular SNS. And SNS is very powerful non-verbal behavior, as you know. So they are smile, angry. You know, there's the most acceptable, widely open in the world for two things. One thing is smile. All over the world accept this one, correct? It's a smile. It's different country, different state or different culture, different nation is acceptable this. All smile. Oh, it's very good. Wide open. What is the other one? Heart. Every country in the world accepts it. Heart is, I love it. I like it. I love it. So I think two things is to widely open in the world. Non-verbal behavior represented the pictures or caricature or some sign, correct? So sometimes they did put that. If I have a little bit angry of that, angry or something, so lots of the some other express. Anyway, the smile, this one, they accept the why they accept this one in number. Heart, very number thing. This one. Oh, best. Oh, we between something like that. This thing is non-verbal gesture. It means is acceptable between the different cultures. Heart and smile. The gesture. I don't know. Oh, I don't know or something. Okay. Verbal and non-verbal behavior. And the last behavior secure is speech act. It means knowledge about the cultural specific nouns of expression, apologies, gestures, warnings, and refusal. Oh, it's something like that. Oh, this refusal. Speech act. So apologize. Sorry, but something like that. This is for include the speech act and also number. Oh, I'm sorry, but something. Okay. So and the gratitude, the warning. Oh, no, which one? No, come not, you cannot come in. Oh, no. It's something like that. And yelling and also gesture. It's different cultures, but they accept the meaning. This is for behavior, cultural questioning. So why we study this area in adult education? Because if I consider some different cultures, people in the same classroom, and then shows or we have to communicate different cultures. How to do that? Only the powerful English, but English only is verbal language. Verbal language is limited because, as we say, all immigrants, people cannot express the exactly emotion and knowledge. At that time, need these things. So is cultural intelligence is basically need to communicate with each people. This is for cultural quotient things. So finally, I'll give you some 4 cultural intelligence circular steps. First step, anything is start there. Knowledge. How is this similar in my experience? This is thing in Vietnam culture and China cultures. I feel the similarity or not, knowledge. And also cognition, understanding of values and norms, leaderships. These things is knowledge for different cultures. And then make plan is stretch part. How can I plan? Awareness, metacognition, planning, checking. These factors and the activity processes includes the strategy part. And then next step is action. Action. How do I behave? How do I do that? And speech acts, verbal, non-verbal behaviors. These things is action part. And then drive. Drive is how can I adapt? How can I adjust, adapt it, use it, get it? So interest, both intrinsic and extrinsic interest. Also motivation and competence is drive. This circle is repeated again, the follow step, and then accumulate or open to valued cultural intelligence steps, okay? And next, how is CQ measured? How can we measure that, the output? First, is drive, knowledge, strategy, action. These 4 capabilities, we measure that cultural intelligence. Also, I shows that the training, development. So evaluate the performance, identify training needs, establish objectives, select training method, and then conduct and deliver training. These circulated for intelligence, cultural intelligence. So how can we make the cultural question? According to the researchers, the belief that the cross-cultural exposure will automatically yield CQEs and common misconception. So this is commonly we accept the misconception because it's the first start. I don't know. I don't accept. I don't want to open to other cultures. And then explorers, for example, often consider the travel history of their employees and assessing potential candidate for global assignment. However, the empirical research suggests a more complicated pictures. First is people engage with the local cultures to varying degrees. It means is the basic point is the different employees, they have some anxiety and uncertainty. Frequently, companies cross-cultural experience might prompt some state to close their comfort zone. So comfort zone means is we join the same company, and then we can develop the comfort zone and more widely open to extend the comfort zone. So secondly, there are various moderator involved the translating contact into security. So they are some experimental learning theory. So we are general education levels, as I said, as you know. So learning theory. This is very difficult theory. Learning theory. Learning theory. So learning theory is very long time developed this theory. Finally, now is machine learning. Machine learning. It's the latest developed area. Machine learning is if I input everything, the computer system, and then computer is running by themselves. So learning machine is they can make itself by any plan. For example, ChatGPT. So I say to the ChatGPT in my phone, I have very anxiety because now I'm very difficult economic status. Also, I have lots of the receipt. And then I take the photo, the receipt. And then I order to GPT, can you make this receipt for Excel tape? And then they can make it. And then I asked, but typing or speech is okay. And then I asked to ChatGPT, can you transport to this data by time, by gross. And then they change the Excel file. And can you send to these things to my computer? The ChatGPT can transfer to that. And then very easy there. So I only say to my phone, can you do it then? Can you do that? Can you do that? So this is based on the machine learning. The first time in the learning theory is that this time. This is for skill or some experience or some information. Anything. Plurally, we say the output. Goes the time. For example, somebody works in some factory. First time, the employees very quickly output. But the time past that, the employees, the increase, the output is very small. The first, for example, T1, T2, T1, T2, T3. T1 area very sharply increased. Very sharp. It means delta T over delta output. Very sharp, very sharply increase the skills or information experience. It means some employees, I teach that first time, only one assemble. But after experience, after training, he can do it the 10 products, 10 or something like that. As you know, very easy. And the second time, it's more slowly increased. So secondary is this time. This is T1 time base. This is T2 time base. And T3. The same time. T3 is very slope. The slope is very low this time. So T3 is more distinct. This time, the increase. The increase rate is very slow. The diminished. This is T3A. This is for bachelor level or master levels accept the learning theory. It means it's time past the time, and then the increased output slope is very low. Okay. Some time and then no more increase there. This is maximum skill purpose. Even if I push the employees incentive and training and education, even if that, but the employees cannot more popular. It means it's the first time he can make it only 5 assembly per hour. And then time passed and he can do it 50 per hour, can make it. And then push more training, and then the employees only maximum 70 per hours. And then no more increase that. This is a maximum. So even if I push that, oh, if you can make it 30 more and then you get the 100 assembled per hour, I can give some incentive, but it's impossible. This is capability or other condition. There are many things. So this is for learning curve theory. Basic start this way. But nowadays computers can overcome this area for learning, machine learning. Machine learning is no limited, very quickly developed or created. So this thing is not adjusting the learning machine learning. So this thing is start the bachelor level idea. This learning curve, last time I talked to you, learning curve, this is learning curve. This learning curve is for doctorate level concept. Very difficult area, but this I introduced very simply then. So anyway, this training development is unlimited. So limited product, limited productivity. It means limited productivity. Okay, the difficult thing is past because it's very confusing, you guys say. Anyway, this training developed this style. Evaluate that and identify the training needs, or what kind of needs, and establish the objectives. What is the goal? And select a training method. How can I reach that? How can I get that? Select the planning, strategy, and then conduct. Conduct is doing. And deliver training. Deliver training means is doing. So last time I talked to you, why we research or study that. Two things, theory. And the other one is model. We can express or research only two methods in all phenomena in the world. Theory and models, we can do it. We can express it. Theory. Y equal fx. So y is out. Fx is independence. And input that, and then we can get the y. This is theory. We can put it the timing and the training and the information, and then output is productivity. This is theory. Model. For example, model. We cannot express the theory, and we can do that by model. Model this one. Plan to see. This is model theory, the example. So any kind of things we can plan to see. It's very simple models. Training development or make it accomplish my goal. Everything is follow this. So most of them, we can express theory or models. So most researchers and professors wants to study and research for their life, make the theory, make the models. Why people do that? Why these components occurs there? So more everything we express theory or models. So most thing is represent these things. So that's why also the adult education, cultural intelligence also follow that. Evaluate, identify, make goals, select method, and do. These 5 contents we can translate as 3 components. Same thing. This is for training, development, same thing. Okay, so today, this is all thing. And I would like next class, why we seek. Why do we do need to cultural quotient. This is for next class, okay? Okay, any question? And thanks for joining and coming this class. Fortunately, we have 2 more class that's this correct because 7th week today, right? So next time we'll 2 more class and then we finish this.